This is a conversation that took place September 11th, 2015, of where I got proof that the cops are protecting American enemies. I also got proof that the courts are protecting American enemies, and that this is an actual conversation. There ain't no rehearsals in this. This is the truest public record under 119 of the Florida statutes, and also under 286 of the Florida statutes. Not only that, these are my rights under United States Code, Title 18, 2511, Section 2D, and also Bay County, Florida, Gary Wayne Beck versus the state of Florida, 2014. So this is a true conversation of where I got proof of where the cops, I believe, are coaching the dispatchers to try and get me enraged and everything like that. The cops, they are also trying to enrage me. But I believe as long as I reach out to my Maker and ask my Maker that if I've got to suffer, let my suffering be not in vain. And that maybe I might make a contribution in this world. I believe as long as I have that thought in my mind, I'll be okay. But the day that I try to rely on myself, it's over. So anyway, here it goes. Yes, who am I speaking to, please?
Investigator Turner, what can I do for you?
Okay, Investigator Turner, I'd like to report as of September 11th, 2015, about 5:30, a super loud car stereo, kind of like an SUV. It looked like it had designs on it, was going from east to west. It's probably down by Michigan Avenue right now as I'm talking to you. He's probably going over the bridge to sell his drugs there on the beach there. I'd like to have him arrested under 3015 of the Florida statutes. Broke into my home with the speakers, the concussion of the speakers, which is 1802 of the Florida statutes. Is that possible, Investigator Turner?
We'll keep moving, officer. Keep an eye out for him. See if we can't get up with him, okay?
Investigator Turner, see, the thing is this, all you'd have to do is at Carl Gray Park, which is, you know, at the foot of the Hathaway Bridge, you can take and have an undercover car. You turn off your radar detector, because a lot of these boom cars, they use the radar detectors to be able to detect you. Undercover car, you can arrest every one of these punks. I was trying to enjoy my Friday home, you know, about 5:30, September 11, 2015. And I'm just trying to figure out how is it these punks can go up and down the road, and it's like, it jarred my whole house. It looked like to me it was first of all, number one, he was driving in a dangerous manner, tailgating with a bunch of other vehicles, driving dangerously side by side, and all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to live in my home in my peace. Am I wrong in trying to live in my home in peace, Investigator Turner?
Well, the officer's down in that area. We'll have to keep an eye out for him, okay?
Now notice, evidently, they must be drilled in their head. Don't ever admit to anything. Don't ever answer any questions. Make a statement to a question. I'll tell you one thing. Cops do not like you questioning them. I don't know why. Evidently, you might get to the truth, and they don't want you to get to the truth. It'd be greatly appreciated, because, see, the thing is you can probably cut him off at the pass. He's probably down near Hathaway Bridge right now. I'd like to have him arrested, and I want him thrown in jail under 3015 of the Florida statutes. I'd like his vehicle taken away under 932 contraband. I'd like him to be...
Let me let you, sir.
Yes, Investigator Turner.
Let the officers know, okay?
As Investigator Turner, all I'm trying to do is, you know, is safeguard emergency vehicles, which is a 5-year prison sentence. That's under 80610 of the Florida, no, pardon me, 80610 of the Florida statutes is putting emergency vehicles in danger. Investigator Turner, I'm just trying to figure out, the Panama City Police, I'm trying to figure out why it is there was an Officer Gray who stalked a homeless person quietly drinking a beer in McKenzie Park. Yet at the same time, we got these punks going up and down the road destroying people's rights to live in peace, and she got over a $500 fine, and the maximum under 316/3045 of the Florida statute is only a lousy $75 ticket, and yet this boom car punk violates thousands of people. If you was to add up all the crimes. Yes, Officer, Investigator Turner, yes.
Why are you yelling at me?
Investigator Turner, I'm sorry if I was yelling at you. Don't think I'm... Now notice he says, why are you yelling at me? Now if he was under motherfucking perjury, which he's under perjury right now because he knows I'm not yelling. I'm sure he knows a yell from somebody talking regularly. But they use techniques like... talking over you, interrupting you when you're trying to, explain something. They may even ask you, why don't you explain it? Then they'll interrupt you. They will use techniques to try to get you pissed off so they can put charges on you. But the facts are that they're putting you under cop entrapment. So it seems to me like... anyway, this is a continuation of the conversation here. Directed at you. It's just that I'm very frustrated. I'm trying to live in my home in peace.
I completely understand. But I need to let you go so I can let the officers know so they can keep a watch out for that car, okay?
It's not... Now, he says he completely understands. If he really understands, I'm assuming if he's an investigator... or if he's a liar, I don't know. Automatically, I'm assuming he's got hearing. I'm sure he hears them in traffic. He's an investigator. He don't know how to use undercover techniques to catch every one of these motherfuckers. And then you'll notice how he's treating me like a kid. I understand, you little retarded motherfucking kid, you, ha ha ha. But you'll notice that they make sure to have their cars out in front of their home so they don't hear these fucking boom car punk motherfucking American enemies. Officer Turner, it's just not them. It's all they gotta do. And Officer...
I hear you, I completely understand, but I need to let them know to keep an eye out for those cars, okay?
See, another thing, Officer Turner, they could take the signs that they got up, no sleeping in McKenzie Park, no alcohol, take them signs and turn them into no boom cars positively. We will take away your vehicle forever under 932 contraband. Are you familiar with the contraband law?
Let me let you go, Jim. And I'm going to let the officers know that are working that area so they can get out for those vehicles, all right?
It's not... Now, you'll notice he said Jim. So he knows about me calling. And you'll notice that he also doesn't want to admit anything. He knows that he's probably condemning himself with his own words. I would just love to know what kind of training they are taught to enrage innocent people. See, tonight's Friday night, okay? That's the night when they go to sell their drugs down on, down on Spinnaker and LaVille and all them places down there. And I saw a National Geographic special where it specifically stated that Panama City is the largest drug dealing area in the world. And I know that there is a stash house in Panama City because I see them going backwards and forwards all the time. Now you'll notice one of the undercover techniques if he's an investigator is anytime that you see a vehicle going backwards and forwards, over and over and over, that is one of the main signals of there is suspicious activity going on.
The sooner you let me go, the sooner I can let these officers know to keep an eye out for him.
And I'd like you to arrest him. I want you to take away his vehicle. There's also, Officer Turner, there's also a black
SUV that I've seen going up and down the road that has their music so loud. There's another one that was maroon in color. And then, you know, and what they do, Officer Turner, they put emergency people in danger. They drive side by side. They drive tailgating each other. And I know exactly what's going on because there's something called community-oriented service police grants. Are you familiar with that, Investigator Turner?
Jim, I need to let you go so I can let these officers know.
Oh.
Okay, now you'll notice community-oriented service police grants is where the cops get their grants from the United States Justice Money Laundering Department. And what I was talking about is called COPS, Bulletin Number 7, written by Michael S. Scott, who used to be a cop, I think, Highway Patrol or something like that. So, he knows about community-oriented service police grants. But the thing is this is, again, don't admit anything. It might condemn you. It's like they say to you, whatever you say can and will be used against you. Evidently, they know that if they admit anything, it can and will be used against them. So anyway, this is a continuation of the conversation right here. And another technique that these boom car punk motherfuckers do, the reason why that they purposely will crowd each other, it's for protection. It's also if a cop ain't on the take and don't know what the fuck's up with these cars traveling close to each other, one of them will do a minor traffic violation and then the drug dealer gets away.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to be a good citizen. That's all I'm trying to do.
We appreciate it, but let me let you go so I can let them know, okay?
Yeah, I want them arrested and I want them thrown in jail.
All right, buddy.
All right. Yes, Cindy, as of September 12th, 2015, it's approximately 3 o'clock. I believe it was a black SUV going east to west, probably going down the Hathaway Bridge to sell his drugs on the beach there. It's probably down by Michigan Avenue right now as I'm talking to you right now. I want this boom car arrested. I want him thrown in jail. He just about busted my eardrums.
Yeah, man.